Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss the last part of lesson number 9, Forest and Wildlife Resources. The points to be discussed today are endangered species of animals, red panda, leopard, cheetah, one-horned rhino, hen taro, endangered marine species, Ganga River dolphin, Dungang, and Sanctuaries National Park and Bioreserve. Endangered species. Endangered means that their life is in danger. Their number has already decreased and they are likely to become extinct. Such animals are called endangered species of animals. So today I am going to explain some of the endangered species of animals. First one is a red panda. Red panda, red panda is found in the cold forest of eastern Himalayas, and it eats bamboo sprouts, eggs, small birds, insects, etc. It is a bit lazy and inactive during the daytime. And when it is more active, it is more active during the night time. And this red panda is found in India and its neighboring countries like China, Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar. So where is the red panda found? It is found in the cold forest of eastern Himalayas. And what is its food? Its food is bamboo sprouts, eggs, small birds, insects, etc. And now, how is its nature? It is a bit lazy. When it is active during the night time, and when it is less active during the daytime. And it is where it is found, in which countries a red panda is found. It is found in India, China, Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar. And in order to protect this red panda project was started in 1970. So when was the red panda project started? 1970. Why it was started? In order to protect red panda. Then next one is a leopard. Leopard belongs to that cat family, and it is smaller in size compared to lion and tiger, and it is less ferocious than lion and tiger, and its color is dark black, and it is found in Gujarat. People unknowingly call it as a cheetah. So leopard belongs to which family? Cat family. And compared to its size, it is smaller in size compared to lion and tiger. What is its color? It is a dark brown in color. Where it is dark black in color. Where it is found? It is found in Gujarat. And what do the people call it unknowingly? Cheetah. So leopard belongs to which family? Cat family. How is its stature? It is a small in size compared to lion and tiger. It is a less ferocious than lion and tiger. What is its color? It is a dark black in color. In which state it is found? It is in India. It is found in Gujarat. And it is also one of the endangered species of animal. Its number has decreased. It is likely to be extinct in the near future. And people unknowingly call it as a cheetah. And man has already destroyed its natural habitat. So it is moving to that human settlement and attacking the people. Then next, the endangered species of animal is a cheetah. And cheetah also belong to that cat family. Cheetah, it is what is the speciality of cheetah? It is the fastest species of animal, and it is totally extinct from the forest in India. That means in the forest of India we cannot find a cheetah, and today that cheetah is found only in the forest of Africa. And in India, that cheetah is found in captive condition. That means it is put in the cages in the zoo. So cheetah belongs to which family? Cat family. And it is totally extinct from the forest of India. What is its speciality? It is the fastest beast in the world. And where it is found? It is found in Africa. Where it is found in India? It is found in India in captive condition in a zoo. Then next one is a one-horned rhino. One-horned rhino, it is found in the marshy regions of Brahmaputra and Sundarban of West Bengal. And people are hunting this animal for its horns, for preparing that medicines. It is a herbivorous animal, means it is a grass-eating animal. And in order to protect this one-horned rhino, that government has launched that rhino project. So according to the Rhino Vision of 2020, the what was its a target? It's a target according to the Rhino Vision. The target was to increase that number of a rhino to 3,000, and at present there are 3,600 rhinos in the forest of India. So one-horned rhino, where it is found? It is found in the marshy regions of Brahmaputra and Sundarban of West Bengal. Why it is 100? It is 100 for preparing medicines from its horns. What type of animal it is? It is a herbivorous animal. And why that rhino project was started? To increase the number of rhinos. According to the Rhino Vision of 2020, the target was to increase the number of rhino to 3,000. At present, how many rhinos are there in the forest of India? There are 3,600 rhinos in the forest of India. Then next one is a next endangered species of animal is a Heno taro, and it is living in that desert and semi-desert areas, in the arid and semi-arid regions. That means dry regions having alkaline forest and grasslands. And in Gujarat, it is found in greater and smaller Rann of Kutch, Banni and Narayan Sarovar sanctuaries. And how it looks like? It is slightly taller than the fox, and it has a fleshy round mouth and high ears, and it eats small birds and animals, and we can know its presence by its footprints. When it is moving, it leaves its footprints on the sand, on the soil. From that we can understand, we can find out its existence. So where do that Heno taro live? It lives in the desert and semi-desert areas, in the arid and semi-arid areas like alkaline forest and grasslands. In Gujarat, where Heno taro is found, in the greater and smaller Rann of Kutch of Gujarat, Banni and Narayan Sarovar sanctuaries. And how it looks like? It is a little taller than fox, having fleshy round mouth and has a high ears. And what is its food? Smaller birds and animals. How we can know its presence? By its footprints. I showed in the slide. It's a photo. Then next one we are going to study about endangered marine species. Marine species means that animals which are living in the seas or oceans. In the marine creatures. Endangered means that number has decreased. They are likely to be extinct in the near future. If we are not protecting them, they are going to be extinct. And first one is that Ganga River dolphin. Ganga River dolphin, it is found in that Brahmaputra and Ganga in the freshwater species. It is a freshwater species. It is found only in the rivers, Brahmaputra and Ganga. Then generally that it is living in that river, having deep and calm water flow. And this Ganga river is flowing through one of the most densely populated state of India, that is Uttar Pradesh. And now that Ganga and Brahmaputra, they have been polluted due to that dirty water in the river, sedimentation due to deforestation. Due to deforestation, soil erosion occurs, and due to soil erosion, sedimentation occurs in that rivers. Then fisheries, then navigation in the rivers, water transportation in the river, industrial waste, etc. And besides that Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, dolphins are also found in Chambal River. And it is also known as Susu, Sons or Suis, because sometimes it comes to the surface of the seas, to the surface of the river, and make that Zuzu sound. It is also found in the rivers of neighboring countries of Nepal and Bangladesh, and its life is also in danger. So Ganga River dolphin, where they are found in Brahmaputra and Ganga rivers. it is a Ganga river dolphin. It is a freshwater species, and where it lives in the river having deep and a calm water flow. And it is found in Ganga river, and Ganga river is flowing through which densely populated state of India, Uttar Pradesh. And why that Ganga and Brahmaputra river has polluted? Because of the release of dirty water from the industries in the river, sedimentation due to deforestation, fisheries, water transportation in the river, industries, they are throwing their waste matter into the rivers. And as a result, the life of that the Ganga river dolphin is in danger. Besides that, Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, dolphins are also found in that Chambal river. And what is the other name of a Ganga river dolphin? Suzu, sounds or suism, because it comes to the surface of the river very often to breathe, making that a zuzu like a sound. And where this Ganga river dolphins are found, they are found in India and our neighboring countries like Nepal and Bangladesh. And its life is also in danger. The next one is a dugong. Dugong is an aquatic animal. It lives in the water, and it is seen along the western coast of India. Western coast of India, Gujarat and Saurashtra coast. And it is also found in other countries like East Africa, Southeast Asia, and the northern coast of Australia. And its main food is seagrass and vegetation. And it also eats that marine animals. And the people are hunting this animal for its meat and fat. So dugong, what type of animal it is? It is an aquatic animal. Where it is found? It is found along the western coast of India, that Gujarat and Saurashtra coast. In which other countries also dugong found? There means dugong is found along the sea coast of East Africa, Southeast Asia, and northern coast of Australia. And what is it? The main food of dugong? Seagrass and vegetation, and it also eats some aquatic animals. Why people hunt the animal, hunt the dugong? For its meat and fat. Now we are going to study about a sanctuary, national park, and bioreserve. What is meant by sanctuary? In India, how many sanctuaries are there? In Gujarat, how many sanctuaries are there? I have written on the heading. In India, 531 sanctuaries are there, and in Gujarat, 23 sanctuaries are there. So what is meant by sanctuary? It is an area which protects some species of animal. Some particular type of animals are protecting in that sanctuary. And the people who are living near the sanctuary, they are allowed to take the cattle for grazing with the permission from the authorities. And human beings are permitted within certain limits. And a sanctuary is established by the state government. And some of the famous sanctuaries are Periyar in Kerala, Chandraprabha in Uttar Pradesh, Ettur Nagaram in Telangana. So what is meant by sanctuary? It is an area which protects some particular type of animal. For example, Periyar sanctuary in Kerala, it is protecting elephant. So that particular species of animals are protected in sanctuary. And that local people who are staying near the area, near the sanctuary, they are allowed to graze the cattle after permission from the authorities. And the human beings are permitted within that certain limit. And who established that sanctuary? That state government. Periyar, which are some of the famous sanctuaries? Periyar in Kerala, Chandraprabha in UP, then Ettur Nagaram in Telangana, etc. Then second one is a national park. So what is the main aim of a sanctuary is national park and bioreserves to protect that wildlife. That we have seen majority of the animals, they are extinct. Some are on the verge of extinction. So in order to protect these animals, sanctuaries, national parks, and reserves have been established. And if that wild animals will disappear from the earth, there will be imbalance in the environment. It will also affect the food chain. So in order to maintain that environmental balance, it is necessary that we should protect that wildlife. So in order to protect this wildlife, sanctuaries, national park, and bioreserves have been established established. The main purpose of all the three is to protect that wildlife. The next one is a national park. How many national parks are there in India? 103. In Gujarat, how many are there? 4 are there. And in sanctuaries, we have seen one particular species of animals are protected. In national park, not only that a particular species of animal and vegetation also protected in that national park. More than one ecosystem is protected in that national park. That flora and fauna, plants and animals are also protected in national park. In sanctuaries, only one particular species of animals are protected. But in national park, flora and fauna are also protected. That more than means it is not centered around one species, more than one ecosystem. That means it protects plants and animals. And in national park, that there is a complete ban on animal grazing. People are not allowed to take the cattle for eating the grass. But in sanctuaries, we have seen that local people are allowed to take the animal for grazing, but they have to take the permission. But in national park, there is a complete ban on the grazing of animals. And compared to that, sanctuaries, national park is a more protected zone. And the sanctuaries, we have seen it is established by the state government. That national park, it is established through the coordination of that state and the central government. So it is established with the help of both the state and the central government. And some of the national parks are Kaziranga in Assam, Corbett in Uttaranchal, Velavdar in Gujarat, Marine National Park in Kutch, Gir in Gujarat. Gir is a sanctuary and a national park both. Dachigam in Kashmir, etc. So what is meant by that a national park? It is an area where which protects that flora and fauna. No, it protects not only one particular species, more than one ecosystem. That means it protects plants and animals. In national park, that animal grazing is not allowed. There is a complete ban on animal grazing. And compared to sanctuary, it is the more protected zone. And it is established through the coordination of a state and a central government. It is established with the help of both the state and the central government. Which are some of the national parks? Kaziranga in Assam, Corbett in Uttaranchal, Velavdar in Gujarat, Marine National Park in Kutch, Gir in Gujarat, Dachigam in Kashmir, etc. So difference between also they will ask in the board exam. Sanctuary, what you will write, it protects only that a particular species of animal. In national park, it protects a flora and a fauna. Then in sanctuary, that local people are allowed to graze the cattle. But in national park, local people are means there is a complete ban on animal grazing. Then in sanctuary, that it is established with the help of a state government. And in national park, it is established by with the help of both the state and the central government. Then some of the that sanctuaries, Periyar, that Chandraprabha, etc. are the sanctuaries. Then in national park, that Kaziranga in Assam, Corbett in Uttaranchal, Velavdar in Gujarat, etc. are some of the important national park. The next one is a bioreserve. How many bioreserves are there in India? That 18 are there. How many are there in Gujarat? Only one. So in bioreserve, it protects physical and the cultural diversity of any region. In sanctuary, we have seen only one particular species of animal. In national park, plants and animal. And in bioreserve, vegetation, insect, then the land of that area, soil, and cultural diversity means that people who are living in that area, their lifestyle is also protected, and their customs, traditions, that is also protected in that bioreserve area. So it is an area where that vegetation, insects, land, and the lifestyle of the people are protected. So what is meant by sanctuary? Sanctuary is a place where only particular species of animals are protected. In national park, that plants and animals are protected. In bioreserve, vegetation, insects, and land of that area, and the people who are living in that area also protected. And in bioreserve area, that special arrangements are made for research and training about the bioreserves. So in order to study more about that people living in that area, vegetation, that insects, land, that means they have arranged research centers and training centers in bioreserve areas. At the sanctuary, we have seen local people are allowed to move. In national park, there is a complete that ban on animal grazing, and in bioreserves also, people are not, outsiders are not allowed to enter the bioreserves. All external human movements are totally restricted. That means people from other places are not allowed to enter bioreserves. Outsiders are not allowed to enter that bioreserves areas. And that sanctuary, it is in a smaller area, that national park little, that means a bigger area, and bioreserves is a very large area, and it is established in a place which has an area of more than that 5,000 square kilometers. And this bioreserves, it is means spread in a very large area, more than 5,000 square kilometers. That is why it is formed according to international conditions, norms, conditions. And that some of the bioreserves areas are Nilgiri in Kerala, Gulf of Mannar, Great Nicobar, Sundarban in West Bengal, Panchmadi in Madhya Pradesh, etc. And the Ran of Kutch of Gujarat, that was also declared as a bioreserve zone in 2008, because you know, no, Ran of Kutch, it is a desert area, so that the plants are very less, and it receives a very less rainfall, and the people living over that area also, to protect such environmental conditions. Ran of Kutch was declared as a bioreserve when it was declared as a bioreserve in 2008. So how many bioreserves are there in India? 18. How many bioreserves are there in Gujarat? Only one. And bioreserves, what is meant by bioreserves? It is an area which protects that vegetation, insects, land of that area, and the lifestyle of the people living there. And a special arrangement also created for research and training about bioreserves. And the outsiders are not allowed to enter inside the bioreserve areas. It is spread in an area of more than 5,000 square kilometers. How it is formed? It is spread in a very large area. That is why it is formed according to international norms. And which are some of the bioreserves? Nilgiri in Kerala, Gulf of Mannar, Great Nicobar, that place only, Nicobar only, Sundarban in West Bengal, Panchmadi in Madhya Pradesh, etc. Some of the bioreserves. And when that Ran of Kutch was declared as bioreserve in 2008. Why? Because of its special environmental conditions. It is a desert area, so in order to study about that place, means it has been declared as a bioreserve zone in 2008. So this lesson is completed, and I am giving you some of the questions as an assignment. All the answers are there in the video also, and in the textbook also. And you go through it properly and write the answers in your geography notebook. First one is write a short note on types of forest. In that you have to write that forest according to administration, then forest according to, both you have to write forest according to management and ownership. Then what is deforestation? What is the effect of a deforestation? In my video, I wrote the answer and effect also written. You go through it and write the answers. Then state the remedies for forest conservation. Then state the fourth one is state the diversities about the animals living in Indian forest. Then fifth one, write notes about the wildlife on verge of extinction. Sixth one, state the reasons for the destruction of wild animals. Then seventh one, state the measures for the preservation of wildlife. Eighth one, describe various projects for wildlife protection. Ninth one, what is meant by sanctuary. 10th one, what is meant by national park. 11th one, what is meant by bioreserve. Write the answers in the geography notebook, and if any doubt is having, then contact me.